Well, what it do? And welcome back to another video with your boy who is me, KV Mckinley. Yes, Lord. Hope you guys like this new view. It's the same room, just a different angle. It's actually really cool. It actually looks very photoshopped. Like I can snap my fingers and it's just like, I don't know. It looks really cool though. But today we're gonna be doing just best movies to watch. I have I'm just gonna be talking some few of my favorite shows I haven't watched that I might watch, and pretty much. And before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Nate Bianca, man. That was a fun video the other day, man, and I cannot wait to do another one, man. That was the most fun I've ever had, really. For one, editing a video, and also like just talking and just having somebody who was like-minded and just like, you know, just could relate to. So I'm really excited to actually do it again, just the start of this YouTube empire that I was talking about. And yeah, man, we're gonna be collabing with more folks, and we just gonna be doing it up. We gonna put North Carolina on the map, bro. We ain't leaving. We're gonna be right here. Right here. Yeah, Lord. But anyway, man, let's get right into this video, man. Let's talk about some shows. This first show I'm about to talk about, can't necessarily say it, but I'm gonna sing it. You ready? I'm an undercover liar. I lie under the covers. Look a chick in the eyes and tell her, baby, I love her. You're my inspiration, you're my motivation, you're my reason why I move it with no hesitation. They say this is a big rich town. Hey, hey, hey. I just come from the West part. Yes, Lord. Bright light city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. Oh, whoa, whoa, yeah. That is my show, man. I'm trying to tell you, Power is my show. Man, if you guys don't watch Power, that's a show that y'all need to watch. Power is... Need I say more? Power is just like that, bro. Got Ghost, got Tommy, Tasha, Angela, Tariq. Now, since I said Tariq, now I'm gonna say this. If you have not watched Power Book 2, and the reason why is because you feel like Tariq, Michael Rainey Jr., he can't hold a show, you tripping. You tripping. Give this man a chance. Give this man a chance. For one, y'all gotta stop taking shows so serious as to like characters actually living this in real life. Michael Rainey is a totally different person than Tariq. So y'all talking about like you gonna smack him in public. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta chill out. That, you know what? That's how you know an actor is doing a good job. When they play their character so well that they make you that mad that you would do something to them in real life. That's how you know an actor is doing their job. That's why I love villains. I love a good villain. But he's not a villain. I feel like he just needs his butt to up, honestly. But the thing about Tariq, if I can be completely honest with you, Tariq, he'll do something that's like, he'll be 2 steps ahead. And then he'll do something that will tend him like 3 or 4 steps back. And I'll be like, bro, like he's very amateur at what he's doing. He's trying to be like his dad, Ghost St. Patrick. Well, James St. Patrick, who is formerly known as Ghost. And yeah. Another show to watch is Insecure. That's another one of my favorite shows. Issa Rae. She has awesome energy. She's funny. She raps. Like her raps in the mirror are hilarious to me. Her show is really just like, it gives you like real life perspectives on certain things that happen in real life, just like what really goes on with some people, and it's really good because it's really realistic, low key. It's real realistic. That's a good show. And another show I also love that my cousin put me on was Euphoria. Euphoria is like that. I like shows with a good high school vibe, and especially this show in particular. I feel like it speaks on to what kids really go through in everyday life, like depression and like anxiety and just like what kids really deal with, especially kids who are not necessarily considered to be like everybody else. And so that's why I like it, because for one, Zendaya, she played the mess out of her role, and she got an Emmy for it. Playing Rue as somebody who was a recovering drug addict, and she just recovering from that. People knew she overdosed in high school. It's a really good show. It's a lot more to it than just that. It's a lot that plays into it. It's a lot of good characters. She's personally my favorite. Yeah. Let's talk about some of these Netflix shows that they put on. My favorite Netflix shows consist of like On My Block. I love On My Block. Like I just said, I love a show with like a good high school vibe to it. On My Block definitely has that. It's like high school, like middle school, high school. But the characters are hilarious to me. Like the characters in that show are hilarious. My favorite character is probably Jamal. Jamal is hilarious because he's just funny and he does exactly what I would probably do in a situation. If I could panic, like I'm very chill, but like if I had like that panic mode, that's exactly how I would be. Him. Like, he is hilarious to me. Yes. Let me talk about this other show before I get back into the Netflix shows. Game of Thrones. Personally, I thought it was trash. Thrones was trash. And honestly, the reason why I thought it was trash was because I couldn't get into it. Like, I knew the base of the storyline, but as far as like everything else, like the King's Landing and just like all the, it was just a lot of stuff to keep up with, and I didn't understand how people really just like really stayed interested. It was like sitting there watching like 7 series of Lord of the Rings, which I love Lord of the Rings, by the way. I just didn't necessarily like this show. This show wasn't really like that for me. It honestly was trash to me, period. You can watch it. Now, that's not necessarily saying it's gonna be trash to you, but it was just trash to me. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I suggest you go watch it, get your own perspective on it, and come holler at me. What's another show? Let's go back to Netflix. Netflix has actually put on some of my favorite old shows, man. They have put 101. 101 used to be my favorite show back in the day, y'all. That show was something I used to watch all the time. When they stopped it, I was just like, it stopped out of nowhere for me. I was like, why did they stop airing this show? But I keep saying in the Parkers, Girlfriends, Bernie Mac, but they don't show 101 no more. I was like, what happened? I was really upset. On Fire Stick, I looked for it everywhere, but I couldn't find it. But thank you, Netflix. Thank you. Yes. And then they also put Sister up there. And that's also a good show that I was actually looking for as well. That's actually a really good show. The Parkers, Girlfriends. 2 shows I did not necessarily watch like that. I did watch Girlfriends a little bit, like growing up, like with my mom and stuff, but that was it. And the other one, Moesha. Honestly, I only watched like 3 episodes of that so far. I did not even care to watch it. Somebody made a good point. Moesha was toxic. She's a very toxic friend. Like, she was always like talking trash about her friend but talking trash about Kim, who was actually on the spinoff of the Parkers. That's actually a spinoff of the Parkers. She always called her fat and stuff. And I was just like, wow, that's ridiculous. But yeah, I couldn't have a friend like that. As far as like Netflix original series, Trinkets is also a good show I watch. It's about like 3 girls and they go to high school and they steal. They basically just steal. They just find joy in stealing. But one had just moved to their town. I can't remember where they moved from, but I do know that they moved. That's actually a really good show as well. Shows on Hulu and that were also on Fox, Empire. That was actually another one of my favorite shows, which I don't understand how some people never watch Empire. And my thing is this, let me say this real quick. Do not compare Empire and Power, because those are 2 different things. Like, I never understood why people was always comparing those 2 like shows. Like, I think those were the biggest hits during that time of like 2015 when they first came out. But my thing was just like, I don't understand why you guys are trying to compare these 2 shows. One, I mean, they had similarities as far as like the drug dealing and stuff, but as far as Empire, that was strictly about music versus Power was more so just about drugs. And not only that, Empire was on Fox and Power was on Stars. So you can't even compare the 2. You got music going on in here, you got drugs and sex going on over there. I'm just being completely honest with you. I don't understand why people would do that. But both of the shows, those are my favorite. And then I love Star. I love Star. If you have not watched Empire or Star, definitely go watch those shows. The way they ended Star is tragic. Hopefully, after this whole COVID blows over, that they get back to work on that movie that they talked about to end the show. Because the way they ended the show was on a terrible cliffhanger and then to find out that they were going to be canceling the show like 2 days later, I was really upset. I think Lee Daniels probably had some other stuff to do. I was not necessarily sure. I will have to look that up on my own time. But yes, sir. Blackish, that's also a pretty decent show. Like I told you before in one of my vlogs, I think Grownish is better than Blackish. But that's just my opinion because I love high school type movies. Let's talk about some anime. Just put Dragon Ball Super on Hulu. I just saw that not too long ago. I kind of pretty much caught up by watching like the show basically they put on YouTube. And that's how I caught up with everything. But as far as I'm concerned, I think they have pretty much all of it up there just all in one season. They also have Sailor Moon. Those anime used to be some of my favorite. Anime used to be my favorite, dog. I'm trying to tell you, like a good anime. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, Lord. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! No, but I didn't really get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Until like I was out of high school and I watched it in college because they put it on Netflix. And then that's how I downloaded Hulu, actually, by the way. Quick story, yo. So the way I got Hulu, watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? And I was just like, yo, I really want to see season 3, 4, and 5. So I just like signed up for the free trial on Hulu. This was before Hulu had really got popular. And they had that up there. They had all 5 seasons, I think. Then I saw that they had all the seasons of Dragon Ball Z. And they had all seasons of all this other stuff that I fell in love with. And that's how I got Hulu, bro. Hulu and Netflix, they're both great platforms. Netflix being more so, you know, movies. Hulu being more based around shows that I guess they stream on live TV. But I mean, Netflix has their own shows as well. So honestly, if you were to say which one is better, I could not tell you. My opinion, I feel like they have their own lane. In my opinion. Like Starz and HBO, they have their own lanes. They're similar platforms, but they have their own lane. How did I forget about this show, yo? So shout out to my friend Tyler Hilbert once again for putting me in the to collab, but also for putting me on to the show on Showtime, The Chi. That was my show right there, bro. I'm trying to tell you, The Chi, that show right there, very upset with the 3rd season. But overall, I thought it was really good. Jacob Lattimore is hilarious to me. I think he played his role really well. Bro from Straight Outta Compton, he was awesome. The dude that played, dang, I can't even remember bro's name. He was in the end of Black Panther. I was like, and when I realized it, I was like, wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Cause I was like, he looks familiar, but I can't think about where I saw him from. But yeah, how did I forget about The Game? I'm not leaving before I talk about The Game. That was my show, and that's on Netflix as well. That was probably my favorite show, The Game. The Game. Derwin, Melanie, med school, Tasha, Malik. Jason is probably my favorite character. Kelly. That show is the best. The best show. Personally, if we can be completely honest, the relationship between Melanie and Derwin is super toxic. So for one, he cheats on her. Secondly, she takes him back and stuff. But after she slept with his rival, I guess you would say Trey Wiggs, to get back at him and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in that show. Derwin, he gets Janae pregnant, and then they still get married and stuff. That show right there, like, if thinking about it now with like the mind I have, I'm like, that was a toxic couple. They were the most toxic couple ever, bro. I might do a video just on them, just like Melanie and Derwin, like in like some type of video, like what is love, like on KBTV type thing. I don't know. I have yet to decide. I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. This was fun. I like this camera angle. I feel like I can do some other stuff with this camera angle, if you know what I'm talking about. And yeah. So this is gonna be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I will be back with some more content very, very soon. Yes, sir.